when you're in Singapore and you think it's a good idea to straighten your hair, and then by the end of the day, this has happened.
That's the biggest fight in UFC history right there. I mean, you look at George St. Pierre and what he brings to the table. He was pretty consistent at around 1 million pay-per-view buys, is what I was hearing. And we know what Conor McGregor is bringing in. He's past that right now. So imagine a 2 million buy pay-per-view in the UFC between those two. I think that's a very realistic thing. And with the way the UFC's been doing things, they haven't been waiting around. They've been trying to go for the big game kill right away. They've been trying to put together the biggest fight they can as quickly as possible. That might be the fight. I mean, that's a really interesting fight, man. I would love to see it because Conor McGregor, when it comes to, being able to catch guys when they're trying to take them down or catch them from in close, he's as good as it gets, man. He's a different kind of striker. Now, can he stop that double leg of George St. Pierre repeatedly? Can he stop George St. Pierre from an advancing position in his guard and where he can get a submission? I don't know. It's a fascinating fight. I'm really curious to see it. I don't know if we're going to see it right off the bat, but we just might. We just might. And that might be a nice consolation prize for Conor McGregor if he can't get Mayweather.
I'm a fan of Johnny Hendricks. Who doesn't like Johnny Hendricks? And I detest Hector Lombard because he's a little shit. So it was nice to see Johnny Hendricks beat Hector Lombard.
And I have to ask you, of course, now, what is it about Hector Lombard you don't like? I've never heard this.
No, listen, Hector Lombard's a piece of shit. I mean, what can I say? I mean, you just one look at this guy and you know that he's a scumbag. And several times over the years, my interactions with him, we've nearly had multiple fights. When I fought Luke Rockhold at UFC 199, when I knocked Luke Rockhold out in the first round, and Hector Lombard got knocked out against Dan Henderson at that fight, in the lobby after the weigh-in, I nearly got into a fight with Hector Lombard. He's walking past and I say something, and I say something like, he made a remark and I said something joking, and he turns around and he's coming at me and he's calling him and having to hold him back and this and that, and I'm saying, look at you, you're pathetic. I think you're going to fight tomorrow, you're trying to fight me in the lobby. Get a grip. Without the cage, go rock the brain. I don't care for that guy.
No, wait, hold on. Now, listen, I know you said, you said a little something. Yeah,
right.
Come on now, Mike. Listen, champ. What did you say? Well, come on, what did you say?
No, I was walking by, and as I say, several times we've had interactions, and as I walked past, he looked at me, I looked at him, and I went, this guy. And that's all I said. I said, this guy. And then he kind of stopped, and he turned around and said, what do you mean, this guy? And I'm like, this guy. And anyway, there you go.
The reality of it is that Dana agrees, and probably the millions and millions of fans that watch the UFC agree that Yoel Romero deserves the next shot at Michael Bisping. I think the issue here is the following. Michael Bisping understands that his days are numbered when it comes to a guy like Yoel Romero. I think he understands that this game very well. I think his from every opponent he's picked, obviously if you've seen what he's done, he fought Dan Henderson. He wanted Dan Henderson in London. Made no sense whatsoever. UFC didn't want to do that fight. He kind of forced their hand because obviously he has the belt. What I've seen from Mike is that he's going to call his shots, and he's going to make smart moves, which I can't blame him for. If you were managing Michael Bisping, or if you were Michael Bisping, and you had your choice of waiting on a guy who's been out for 2.5 years, which might get you your largest payday, right? Or fight a guy who's probably the scariest person in the UFC at this point. You're talking about, 10 fights, 9 of them are knockouts? I don't know that you would want to fight this guy either. So, I understand Michael Bisping, but now I also put this on George St. Pierre. Here you are, now you come back. You've been gone from the sport for 2.5 years. You vacated your belt at 170, And you've got a choice too, because honestly, if he said, I want to fight 170, he could easily come down and fight Tyron Woodley. But pick between Tyron Woodley and Michael Bisping. So if you're managing Michael Bisping, who do you choose? And if you're managing George St. Pierre, who do you choose? I think at the end of the day, you stay clear of Yoel Romero and Tyron Woodley for as much as you want. And that's the problem that we're having right now, is you got two absolute killers at those weight classes, and neither one of those guys want to fight either one of those guys. I don't care what anybody says. He's absolutely ducking Yoel Romero right now. It's been confirmed to me by everybody at the UFC. Michael Bisping wants no part of Yoel Romero at this point.
You ended up beating him in the second. That's pretty tough, my friend.
Nah, I've been in tougher fights. Foot broke. It's broken.